Welcome back to my channel. My gosh, that feels so nice to say. Can you guess what theme we're going with today? Okay, let me tell you. So I am going to be recreating my bridal look from my wedding reception, which we did in Cyprus. So it was abroad. I'll talk you through how I achieved my look and how it photographed. I'll input those images now. I did do my own makeup, such a beautiful day, and I was really happy with how my makeup came out. I'm gonna get started, but first, let's pop some earrings on as they really do complete the look. I thought it would be a really nice time as well to get a bridal look up as it's coming into bridal season now. So people are gonna want some inspiration. Maybe you are getting married abroad and you need a little advice whether to actually book a makeup artist or do your own makeup depending on how confident you are. Bear in mind, I am a makeup artist, so me doing my own was, for me, very, very natural and it didn't stress me out. Okay. Do you like my little bow? It's got a little veil on as well. This is actually the veil that I wore on my hen, but I just love the bow. It's very cute. First things first, I'm going to go in with a nice bit of hydration, and I'm using the Tatcha Dewy Skin. Now, if you have oily skin and you are going to be in a hot country or you're having a summer wedding, then maybe don't go for a cream as rich. Because I do love the sun, my skin tends to get slightly dehydrated, and I'd say it's normal to combination. Let that soak into the skin. Oh, what a cream. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of lip balm on, because the last thing you want is dry lips and where your lipstick doesn't sit right. If you find they feel a bit too oily before you apply your actual lip products for your day, then just grab a tissue and kind of soak a little bit of the product off. Okay, so I wanted to keep my makeup quite straightforward in the sense I didn't use loads and loads of products. I also was trying to pack really wisely. So I wanted a foundation that I knew was going to do exactly what I wanted it to do. I literally wore this for my registry in London and in Cyprus as well. I went a shade, I think I went 2 shades up for Cyprus because I'd had a tan at that point. But even though this is darker than my skin tone, I love this tone. It's literally like honey. I have gone for the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. I just love that it sits on my skin. It looks like skin, but it has a really good coverage, and it has that glow to it, but it doesn't make you look oily. And I can definitely vouch for saying that. I wore it from early morning till 2 o'clock in the morning and it didn't move. My skin still looked really nice and glowy. The consistency of it kind of sticks in place. So it's the same when it goes on your face, it kind of sticks in place and stays where you apply it. Warm should. But sorry, this color, I love it. And I just buffer this all over the face. To always take into consideration as well, people are hugging you, people are kissing your cheeks, people are like coming close to you. They're not thinking about your makeup, but you probably are. So it's always good to make sure that that base is, you know, not going anywhere. If you are getting married abroad, my advice, I got married in Cyprus. When it comes to makeup artists, you have a real good choice. They are actually incredible out there. So, you know, it's not as stressful as, let's say, if you're getting married in Italy, in like Puglia, and it's a bit more quiet, there probably isn't as many options. It's harder to just find people online. I'd always take that into consideration. Obviously, you know, expense is important, but at the same time, your makeup is such an investment. When you look back at your photos, it reminds you of how you felt and you want to feel confident. But do bear in mind that when you're booking, because I'm speaking from experience as a makeup artist, when you are booking someone for abroad, you tend to be paying for a day rate rather than just a service, because they obviously can't book any more working on the day. And then you also will have, you'll be covering flights and accommodation. But the pros, I think, are in terms of your wedding, it's probably the smallest fee that you'll pay, but yet it's one of the most important. How you feel really determines so much of your day. You want to have that sparkle in your eye to just feel super confident and excited. So I'd say like those are things to really consider. So I'm going in with my Hourglass, one of the best concealers in my opinion, and it holds all day. It's incredible coverage and I love the tones. So this is, here I'm just using Beach. When I was in Cyprus, I actually did use June because I don't like when my under eye's really bright. I don't like the way that it photographs. It then looks like kind of a bit like a panda. And yeah, I prefer that natural seamless blend into your cheeks. So I always go for shades that are not too different from the base. I'll probably go like 2 shades lighter. And also, you always have to make sure that when you are blending it, blend it down and really into that foundation, so you don't just isolate the product like that, creating a triangle, and then it will flash back. When I was deciding what bridal makeup I wanted to do, because as you can imagine, I think I have done thousands and thousands of brides makeup. That is not an exaggeration. And when I was deciding what makeup I wanted, I just thought, think simple, because it can get so overwhelming, and ultimately you want to look like the best version of yourself. You don't want to look completely different. And I thought you can't really go wrong with lashes, a nice liner, a bit of sparkle on your eye, very like pretty look when you look down and it just catches the light, and a nice like pinky bronze cheek. I thought if I went for something like that, I'm not gonna overthink it later and think, oh, I went too heavy, I wish I'd gone a bit more natural. I found that happy medium, and I think that that's quite important when you are thinking of your bridal makeup. I'm gonna go in with my contour now, and I'm gonna use the Say Beauty. On my wedding day, I actually used the Chanel cream bronzer. The reason why I did was, one, because I didn't actually know about Say Beauty, because I love this product. But two, it's one of those cream products that also has a real grip to it. So when it does set on your face, it feels, it feels like it's not going anywhere. I probably would still prefer Say over the Chanel bronzer now. It's just a lot creamier. I prefer the tones. These are a lot warmer. They have a bit more gold in them. So yeah. So I'm just going in with the nose contour. Ooh. Nice and slim. Contouring is magic, isn't it? I wanted my contour to be a little stronger, because where it was so bright, you almost want the photos to capture some shape on the face and stuff like that. Otherwise, everything could look a bit washed out. With Greek weddings, we start really early in the morning because we have something that you do at home, which is this tradition where, so at the bride side, all of the bride side comes round and they do like some Greek songs, a bit of Greek dancing, a tradition with the immediate family and friends, have a bit of food. So that starts quite early, and then you head to the church to do the wedding, and then the party starts. So the day is quite long. You get ready from like the AM. And now I'm gonna go in with the contour using my beautiful brushes, because they just do the job for you. So With the contour, I didn't want it too harsh, so, you know, I just really wanted it to look blown out and the skin to look very beautiful. Like Charlotte Tilbury foundation, beautiful skin. And I'm just doing the same on the other side. With weddings abroad, they can definitely be stressful, especially if you maybe don't speak the same language and it's a real foreign country to you. That can always be a bit tricky because you feel like you're kind of starting from nowhere. I definitely would advise having an event planner or someone to support you with things like that, because it really does make the job a lot easier. Thankfully, one of my closest friends is an event planner, and yeah, she was quite familiar with Cyprus, and you know, and also do your own research. There are such good ways of like popping in the search flowers Italy or flowers Cyprus or Etsy is phenomenal. The amount of things that we got that we needed, say like confetti, and you could get them personalized, and they were so cute. Like the bags were so beautiful, and fans personalized, and the price was really, really reasonable. That was like my favorite website to get all of the small details, but they really mattered. And in photographs now they look amazing, but they weren't a huge expense. So yeah, always like shop around, and there are ways to get things that make sense. I have cream bronzed around the forehead and the cheekbones and the jaw, and then just really defined my nose. So I wanted to go quite pink with my cheeks because I was really tanned. This is like a hot pink. It's got a bit of warmth to it, and it really complements that bronze look. So this is by Rare Beauty. Nice pastel pink. To just get that like pop of colour on the cheeks. And I just blend it around. I don't drag the product at all. I just in circular motion, so it's blending it at the same time. And then what I do is grab the nude sticks. Oh, sorry, it's a bit messy. But then I went quite high, and this is got a bit more depth to it. Absolutely love this so much. It's called Sun Kissed Pink, I love it. The way that this product makes your face look so dewy, and it really adds that beautiful pink. And I like to bring it a tiny bit under the eye. This really brought my makeup to life, this blush. I then just go in with my beauty blender and kind of bring it away from the inner cheek, so this area stays nice and bright and creates shape to the face. I'm gonna powder with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the powder that I used. Love, love, love this. I love, this is Banana. It's not actually finely milled, but it still blurs the skin incredibly, and it really lasts. I found that this set my makeup so great for the heat, and also I love the color of it because it adds that yellow under the eyes, and I think with a tan that really complements like that golden look. I'm going in with my brush the Baker, definitely baked as well because it's quite essential. And I love that this powder is so easy to pick up. It doesn't go everywhere either. It goes where you want it to go. And I love that. So just sharpen down the sides of the nose. Such an amazing powder. If you don't know about Anastasia Beverly Hills loose powder, I am advising, guys. Big fan. Make sure you're baking that chin because you do not want an oily chin. Set it between the brows. And you can go a bit higher because the forehead tends to get shiny, especially when you're dancing. I danced, I think, straight for 8 hours. And I don't even know if you call it dancing. I think it was more like jumping. My feet the next day felt like they were bruised, but I loved it. It was so worth it. So worth it. So I'm going to leave that to cook now. I'm going to be using Browsing's Pro Palette, and this is shade medium deep, and I don't go for the darkest tones, I go for the mid tones, so the 2 top shades, and I just kind of mix them together. I'm using my face frame brush because eyebrows frame the face. And yeah, so I didn't do anything crazy with my brows because I didn't want to look back and be like, oh my God, why did I do that to my brows? I wanted them to just look uniform with the rest of my face. And yeah, complement, not outshine the makeup. I'm just adding a little bit of definition back. I'd love to hear like some of your stories. If you have, whether you was married abroad or where you're from, was there anything that you would have changed when it comes to your hair and makeup? What would you advise? It's really good for us to get this conversation going because I think a lot of people need advice when it comes to making decisions like this. Like an advocate for invest in your hair and makeup and feel confident with them. And also just find people that you like and you get on with and you feel comfortable enough to, you know, just be like, do you know what, can you change that? Can you add that? Remember, it's your day. So you have every single right to say to your makeup artist or hairdresser, oh, I'm not sure about that. Can you make that a bit higher? Can you bring that liner out slightly longer? Can you blend that lip liner a bit more? Remember, they can do it. So it's not a problem. And everyone always feels so much better when there's transparency. So for my eyes, I didn't actually apply a base. I went in to carve out my socket with, it's the Benefit Hoola Toasted. It's quite a rich, deep brown with some like nice red undertones to add that heat, which I love. So this is what I used as my eyeshadow. And I just brought it into my brow to just carve and define. And I literally just used a blending brush and pulled out the product. So essentially I'm just using a bronzer, but it's not just any bronzer. Look at the shade of this bronzer, it's unbelievable. You know, I never hear people talk about this, but I've been using this for a good few years now. And I love it. This is my bronzer when I go on holiday as well. So I just pull it out slightly. So it gives that nice elongated blown out eye. And I do the same on the other side. I packed very smart because I doubled up on products. So I'm using this for my eyes, but I also used it as my bronzer. Straight away, it really frames and shapes the eyes, and the color's so complementary. And then I use the excess, which is on the brush, and just kind of come down slightly on my nose. So it just shapes that a little bit more. Nice. What we're thinking so far, guys. And with my eyes, so this was one of the battles. I think that this is the case with everyone. Shimmery eye or a matte eye. So I went for something that's a pressed glitter. So it doesn't look like a shimmery eyeshadow or powdery. It kind of looks like, it's hot, I hope you can see. It kind of looks like, how can I explain? It kind of looks a bit wet, but it has, yeah, it just has this like really nice iridescent shimmer to it. I will show you now. It's not messy. It doesn't look powdery. It just kind of grips on to the lid and looks very pretty. And I also did this with my finger because this product I feel grips on better to the warmth of your finger. So nice. A little bit of highlight on the inner corner. I stuck with more of a gold undertone as I really liked that it kept the skin looking nice and warm. And I'm just popping some on the center of my nose as well to give it that kind of cute look. I'm literally just going to apply the thinnest line . And this is by L'Oreal and it's Perfect Slim. It's so easy to use, like unbelievable. And all that does is, as you can see, it frames the eye. So you're not lacking that definition on your day. And just pull it out a tiny bit. Nice. Just a very, very, very subtle, like thin line. At the moment, I've got individual lashes on and these are great. I actually prefer a strip though for your wedding day because you can decide how thick you want them. You can do your makeup first. And I used the lashes by Kiss and they were in the style So Real. But yeah, look how much the liner really does complete that. What I did underneath with the same bronzer I used on top, I just smoked the under eye up a tiny bit. And this is all about like adding shadows and shape, so when there is flash photography or photography, your features don't just disappear. Just gonna wipe all the excess off. Look, I'm just wiping that off. Look how nice that powder sits on the face, honestly, and I love how it brightens. The yellow tone is so amazing. And I'm just using the excess to set everywhere else. Go over that cream, go over that, the center of the face, the forehead. Lovely. Oh, and the moustache. I mean, we all know about moustache sweat. Well, I do. When you're in a hot country. Because I don't want to look too shiny and greasy and you want your makeup to last all day, I'm not applying this here. I don't want this point to look shiny in the center of the face. I want the side of the face. So when you turn to the side, it catches that light and it looks really nice and glowy. So you're almost doing the higher parts of the cheekbone, just getting that nice glow. Nice. When people see you coming and you're walking from the side, you've got that real nice glow. Go in with the bronzer that I used on my eyes for my cheeks. Look at how amazing this bronzer is now, guys. Wait for it. It's very pigmented, like crazy pigmented, but the color is just chef's kiss. Oh, I love it. And when you're blending it, because you might find, oh no, you've put too much, and I do it all the time, but just keep going in circular motions and it will blend out. In the summer, this is just the nicest color. Because when you get a tan, I never really seem to find bronzers that actually show up. And then just use the excess to go around your jaw. So I'm gonna finish my skin off now with this blusher, and it's by Valentino. It's Eye to Cheek, and it's in the shade 2. It's this really nice pink, cool pink. Again, on the high parts of my cheekbones, just to make it pop. Very, very, very important piece of advice. Find a mascara that does not transfer, and I know that seems almost impossible now, but the Rare Beauty, tried and tested, I wear it all the time. It never transfers. It's incredible. And it's not waterproof, but it's definitely transfer proof. And I love that it's a nice big wand as well. So I just coat the bottom lashes. And I prefer the bottom lashes to really stand out, again, because when you're taking photos, when you're taking flash photography, you don't want them to disappear. Nice. I actually used one of my lip pencils from my brand, Melissa Sophia Cosmetics, but we're not selling them at the moment. So I'm going to use something very similar that is in stock. And again, lips literally finish the whole look, so don't be shy with your lip liner, because you can blend. So and then I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty blush that I popped a bit on my cheek, and I only use a dab, and then I'm gonna blend that in with my finger, because what I love about these blushes are they actually stain. So, oh, lip gloss. And when you blend that into a brown lip liner, it just looks so stunning. I didn't use this gloss on my day, but I think it'll be really beautiful to use over the top. It's the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter, or Faux Filler. And this shade is called Honey. And there we go, I just applied a tiny bit. So this is the finished look, guys. I hope that you love it and it has given you some inspiration if you're an upcoming bride as to which direction you'd like to go in for your bridal makeup. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, turn notifications on to catch the next video. See you then. Mwah.